my hair's wet because I'm letting it dry naturally, because it's better for your hair. But today I've got a fuzzy beauty blender to try. I've never actually tried a fuzzy beauty blender before. So that is my current beauty blender. I'm very well overdue a new one. And I was very kindly gifted a package from Beauty Gloop. I'll put that here. And they actually sent me one of their fuzzy beauty blenders. And I want to try this. You can see like all the fuzz on it. It's like doing your makeup with a peach. Like all the little peachy, it looks like little peachy fuzz. I've heard that fuzzy beauty blenders are like supposed to make your makeup look like a lot more flawless. Shall I do like one side with my normal blender and one side with the fuzzy blender? I feel like that's a good idea. Then I will get a good impression of if it's like makes my makeup application better. But yeah, I'm gonna go wet these and try. I feel like I'm gonna do this side and this side. This got so much bigger after wetting it. I feel like it's gonna actually make my makeup look so good. I love the fuzziness of it. I'm just gonna quickly put a bit of foundation on my eyes because I don't like go like this. I just do my eyes first and then I do like around my eyes. Right, so I've just done that on my eyes. I'm gonna use my Hangover Replenishing Face Primer. Just gonna put this all over. Right, I'm going to be using my number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This is the foundation I use every day, so it's not like I'm using a different foundation or anything. And I'm literally just going to whack it on to the blender. This is my normal blender, and I'm just going to start blending that. Because then I can compare. This is just my blender that I use every day, so like part of my foundation. So I don't really have that much to say about it because just gives me my normal coverage and everything. I just put a few layers on, like I'll put like quite a light layer on and then I'll just build it up into the coverage that I want. It's weird only doing like half my face at a time. I just leave this section as well because I put my concealer under there. So that's my normal side done. We can see the difference. Let's use this fuzzy one. This is such a big blender. I love it already. I've put my foundation on. I feel a bit sad now because it's not all clean and stuff. I definitely like the size of this blender more. I feel like it's so much bigger and it covers an area, a faster area. It's a lot easier to blend with faster. One thing I would say that I've noticed pretty instantly about this is it doesn't absorb product. Like when I start a new beauty blender, like just a normal blender like with this one, I have to put a lot more products on because it absorbs a lot of it. But this literally doesn't absorb it. It just literally puts it straight on your skin, which I actually really rate because when I start a new beauty blender, I just know that I'm just wasting so much product because it has to absorb to be able to like put it on your face. But this one literally doesn't absorb it. Like you can see that this hasn't sunk in. It's literally still coming out, look. So both sides have got foundation on now. Let me come closer and see if we can see a difference. It's probably because I've literally just put it on, but this one looks a lot more flawless than this side. I feel like I've covered up more using the same amount of foundation on this side than I have on this side, considering that my scarring is a lot worse on this side than it is this side. So I think this definitely offers more coverage, and I think that's because it doesn't absorb the product. It's literally just puts the product straight onto your skin. First impressions, I think that this side looks a bit more flawless and a bit more covered than this side does. So I've still got like my liquid blush and stuff to do with the two blenders, comparing them as well. I'm gonna put on some concealer now. I'm gonna use my number 7 what is this called, Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer, and I'm literally just gonna cover up that area. So that's helped to cover up my scarring a little bit. I'm gonna do the same on this side. Oh yes, next door is DIYing apparently. So I do actually feel like this side looks a lot more flawless than this side, but generally I do feel like my foundation went on a lot nicer this side than it did this side. And I'm not just saying that, like I will literally show you. Like look at this side versus this side. I'm going to do my under eye concealer. I usually do it with one of my small blenders, so I'm going to do that on this side, but then on this side I am going to use the fuzzy blender just so we can see what it's like for under eye concealer as well. And then I'm just going to do the same on this side. I wouldn't really say there's much difference in the under eye concealer. It kind of perform the same. It's now time for liquid blush. I just use the She Glam liquid blush and I literally just like dot it upwards, and I just use my blender to blend it. I love a good liquid blush. I just think it lifts the face so much more. Like this side compared to that side just looks so much more lifted. I'm going to do the same on this side, but obviously using this fuzzy blender instead. I'm going to use like the bigger end. I prefer to use like a bouncier bit for my liquid blush, just to like bounce it into the skin. I wouldn't really say there's much difference on how they've gone on. Yeah, I think they look pretty similar. I'm just going to pop a bit on my nose. I'm just going to like set my under eyes, and then I'm just going to set the rest of my face, and I'll do a little comparison of the makeup. Right, so this is my finished makeup. I'm going to take you over to a window, but like just from this lighting you can see, I know that it is because my skin is textured, but this side of my skin is actually worse than this side, and I feel like this side is better covered than this side. Let's look in more natural lighting. So this is the side with the fuzzy blender, and that is the side with the normal blender. They look pretty similar. I don't think there's too much of a difference between like using a fuzzy blender and using a normal blender for making it look like drastically different for your skin. I will say though, what I already said loads of times, that the product doesn't absorb into the fuzzy blender as much, so I do feel like you get a bit more flawless look by using the same amount of products because it doesn't absorb into the blender, whereas a normal beauty blender, like spongy blender, just like absorbs quite a bit of product. So that's one thing that I definitely liked about the fuzzy one. I also like the feel of the fuzzy one, like it feels nice and soft on your skin. I did really like using the fuzzy blender, and it's definitely one that I'm going to be using in my everyday routine now because I really needed a new one. So if you do want to get your hands on a fuzzy blender, check out the Beauty Gloop. So please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.